Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is where we sift through, well, frankly, stacks of interesting sources, pull out the key stuff, and boil it down for you. Today, we're jumping into something I think a lot of us connect with, taking a real passion for cats, felines, and turning it into, a genuinely successful venture. We've looked at a whole bunch of material, real stories from experienced cat sitters, what cat owners are actually saying, and the latest thinking in the pet care world. So our mission today is really to unpack how to build that perfect cat-only profile on platforms like Rover. How do you attract the clients who specifically want someone focused on cats? Whether you're just starting out or maybe you're already doing some sitting and want to really hone your approach for cats, this deep dive is definitely for you. Okay, so let's dive right in. The first big question that jumps out: why specialize? I mean, it feels a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? Usually when you're building a business, you think cast a wide net, right? Offer everything. So why would focusing only on cats be like a smarter move than doing dogs and cats? Isn't that limit who you can reach?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it's probably the first big idea we need to tackle from what we've read. What the sources suggest is that going cat only, it's not really about limiting yourself. It's more about sharpening your focus. You're tapping into this group, this niche that's actually underserved but really, really wants specialized care. Think about it from the cat owner side. A lot of them are, well, maybe desperate isn't the right word, but they're actively searching for sitters who get cats, who understand their unique behaviors, their little quirks. They're not just after someone to fill the food bowl. We found this one comment from a cat owner that really summed it up. She said something like, "Rover used to feel so dog heavy, I'd have to spend ages digging through profiles just to find someone who actually had cat experience." Right there, that tells you something huge. If you clearly state, "I'm cat only," you instantly stand out to those people.
Oh, okay. So you become the obvious choice for them.
Exactly. You're not just another name in the list. You're the specific solution they're looking for. You position yourself as a specialist. And for a concerned cat owner, that's like finding gold.
Right. Perceived expertise. That makes a ton of sense. And it's not just about feeling good, is it?
Yeah.
There's a real financial angle here, too, based on what we saw. Yeah, maybe dog sitting sometimes gets higher rates per visit, but the sources definitely point to cat care being a growing market. We saw reports of sitters pulling in, anywhere from maybe €1,000 up to $3,500 a month, especially in those busy seasons. That's not insignificant for doing something you love.
Precisely. That specialization lifts you up.
Yeah.
You're not just a general provider. You're seen as an expert. And let's face it, cats can be complex, often misunderstood. So that expertise is incredibly valuable to owners. They don't just want someone who puts up with their cat. They want someone who understands their cat.
Yeah.
Why they hide, why they need, why they have that sudden burst of energy at 3 a.m.
Yeah, the zoomies.
Exactly. That understanding, that empathy and knowledge you signal, it lets you potentially charge more too. It's like finding that rare specialist doctor versus a general practitioner.
Okay, I'm sold on specializing. So, next step, the profile. It's your digital storefront, your first impression. How do you make that profile just scream cat expert to someone scrolling through Rover?
Okay.
Start simple. The headline seems small, but it's the first thing they read, right? So a little tweak there can make a huge difference. Instead of just, pet sitter, maybe something like cat sitter extraordinaire or feline only care specialist. One sitter literally said, "I put it right in my title so anyone browsing immediately knows I specialize with cats." It's clear. No guesswork involved. It filters people for you.
And that clarity needs to carry right over into your profile picture. This isn't just about looking friendly, though. That helps. This picture needs to radiate cat person. We're talking photos where you're genuinely interacting with a cat, cuddling, playing, maybe even leash walking one, if you're into that.
Leash walking a cat. That's definitely specialist territory.
Right. These visuals communicate connection, comfort, competence, all without a word. And we found this one example that was just perfect. A sitter said, "The first picture on my profile is me crouched down and my cat is just smugly perched right on my back."
That's brilliant.
Isn't it? Because it's not just cute, it says so much. That cat chose to be there, feels safe enough, comfortable enough. It signals trust and this genuine feline affinity way better than just saying, "I love cats." Potential clients see that and think, okay, if that cat trusts them,
then maybe my fussy cat will too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Showing, not just telling. Okay, so picture sorted. Then comes the description, the bio. This is where you really make your case, right?
Yeah.
You need to get specific here. Not just, "I look after cats."
Yeah.
But how? What's your experience? Have you dealt with the super shy ones who live under the sofa? Or administered meds? Maybe cared for older cats or ones with special needs? Those details build real confidence.
Exactly. Specificity is key.
So for example, instead of something vague, you might say, "During a 30-minute drop-in, I make sure the litter box is spotless, refresh the water and food, and then spend real quality time playing." Or just offering gentle pets, even if your kitty's a bit shy at first.
Yes, that paints a picture. It shows you understand the routine and the interaction part. And what really elevates this, based on our sources, is moving beyond just licking cats to showing you have genuine knowledge. It's about demonstrating you understand cat behavior, maybe even a bit about their health needs. We saw that some really successful sitters actually, do their homework. They listen to podcasts on cat behavior, read up on feline psychology.
Oh, interesting. Like professional development, but for cat sitting?
Kinda, yeah. And then they can weave that knowledge into their profile or mention it during meet and greets. It makes them sound less like someone doing it for pocket money and more like a professional. It shows you're invested.
That's smart. And mentioning the range of experience helps too, right? Like caring for cats through all the stages,
Mm.
from crazy kittens to, seniors needing daily pills.
Oh, absolutely. That breadth is huge for owners.
We saw this really powerful example. A sitter shared, I cared for my own cat from when she was a kitten right up until she passed away at 16.
Mm.
And that included 3 years of giving her daily thyroid pills.
Wow.
Yeah. And for someone who has an older cat or one with medical issues, reading that is massive. It signals reliability, patience, competence with tricky stuff. It's instant peace of mind.
Definitely. And people shouldn't be afraid to mention those unique skills or maybe even slightly challenging experiences they've handled. Like, can you actually leash walk a cat? Have you managed anxiety meds? Or maybe you successfully worked with a really difficult case like an indoor feral cat who was terrified of everyone.
Or that Sphinx who hated the family dog.
Right. Sharing those stories, keeping them anonymous, of course, shows your range. It shows you can problem solve. Clients love knowing you can handle their cat's specific quirks, even if they seem a bit unusual.
Okay, so the profile's looking amazing, packed with proof of cat expertise. Now, the practical stuff, money and building those client relationships. Pricing feels like a minefield sometimes, doesn't it? What's the biggest trap sitters fall into here, especially cat-only sitters?
Well, the most common mistake, and maybe a surprising one, is pricing too low.
Really? Too low?
Yeah, it's not just about earning less money. It actually sends a weird signal. We heard about one sitter who was literally told, your prices are so low, it's kind of suspicious, like people might think something's wrong.
Huh. Never thought of it that way.
Especially for cat owners seeking expert, specialized care. If your price is way down at the bottom, it might unintentionally suggest you lack confidence, or maybe the quality isn't there. You're undermining your own specialist positioning.
So you're accidentally signaling budget when you want to signal expert. Okay, so what's a smarter way to approach it then? How do you find that sweet spot?
Well, a good strategy seems to be do your homework, look at what other cat-focused or cat-only sitters in your specific area are charging. Then maybe price yourself just a little bit below their average when you're starting out.
Okay.
So say the going rate for a 30-minute drop-in is around $25. You might start at like $22, $23. It makes it competitive, helps you get those first few clients and reviews, but without totally undervaluing the specialized service you're offering.
Get your foot in the door, basically.
Exactly. And then, crucially, as you start getting those great reviews, don't be afraid to raise your rates. People expect that. Plus, remember seasonality. Peak time summer, holidays demand goes way up. You can definitely charge more then. Some sitters mentioned being fully booked solid for months, like June through September.
Right. Supply and demand. Okay, pricing strategy sorted. Now, once you actually get the booking, the relationship building, our sources talked a lot about stellar updates. What does that really mean in practice? It sounds like this is where you go beyond just job done and really wow the client, showing you're genuinely connecting with their cat.
Absolutely. This is where the magic happens, where you build loyalty.
We love this tip from a sitter who used to be a vet tech. She said, my updates are full of pictures, they're funny, detailed, and I make sure to show I'm noticing the cat's little quirks.
Oh, like what?
Like how Fluffy always drools a tiny bit when you scratch just under his chin. It's those tiny, specific observations.
Yes. Those details are gold. They show you're really paying attention.
Totally. They build incredible loyalty and are often what people mention in reviews later on.
It's about making the owner feel connected, like they haven't missed anything important while they were away. Imagine getting an update with a picture of their cat mid-pounce on a toy with a caption like, Socks is having an absolute blast with his feather wand. He just did this hilarious little wiggle before he pounced.
Yeah, owners love that stuff.
It's warm, it's detailed, maybe a bit funny. It shows their cat isn't just being fed, it's being seen, appreciated, and even entertained. That's what gets you those rave reviews. And this ties into another crucial point. Vigilance. Being really observant.
You mean watching for health issues?
Exactly. Noticing subtle changes, maybe they're not eating quite as much, or something slightly off with their litter box habits. Obviously, a vet tech background helps there, like that sitter mentioned. She caught things early. But even without that training, just being observant and communicating those small changes to the owner is huge.
It makes you a trusted partner, not just someone dropping by.
Precisely. You become an extra set of eyes looking out for their cat's well-being. That builds incredible trust.
Okay, so we've got the profile nailed, the pricing smarts, the amazing updates. But let's talk reality. Even with all that, bookings aren't always consistent, right?
Yeah.
Especially in pet sitting. How do you handle those inevitable slow periods? And related to that, how do you make sure when you are there, you're providing the absolute best care, really understanding the cat?
Yeah, the ebb and flow is real. We saw that example of a sitter in a college town. February was dead quiet, zero bookings. But then holidays and school breaks were absolutely tacked.
So that inconsistency is just part of the deal sometimes.
It often is, especially early on. So the advice we kept seeing was focus hard on building relationships with your repeat clients. Maybe send occasional check-in messages. Offer a small discount for booking multiple visits. Things that encourage loyalty and help stabilize your income.
Patience is key then.
Definitely. And the consistent message was, it takes time to build up a solid client base. You'll have slow weeks, maybe even slow months. Don't get discouraged. Persistence pays off. And another really practical tip was, don't rely only on Rover.
Diversify.
Yeah, use social media to showcase your cat expertise. Maybe even set up a simple personal website eventually. One really experienced sitter said flat out, honestly, I get way more business now through my own website and social media than I do from Rover.
Interesting. So Rover's a great starting point, but maybe not the only endpoint.
Exactly. It's a fantastic platform, but building your own brand presence outside of it can give you more control and potentially more consistent work long term.
Okay, good advice. Now shifting back to the actual cat care. You're in the client's home. The profile got you there, but now it's about the cat itself. How do you win over a cat, especially one that might be a bit nervous or shy?
The art of feline diplomacy. It often comes down to those small, non-threatening gestures.
Like the slow blink.
Exactly. The slow blink is huge in cat language. It signals, I'm friendly, I'm not a threat. Also, avoiding sudden movements, keeping things calm.
And petting under the chin instead of over the head.
Yes, so many cats prefer that. Petting over the head can feel a bit dominant or intimidating to them. Under the chin, on the cheeks where their scent glands are, that's often much more welcome. These little things show you understand their world. And patience. You absolutely need patience, especially with the shy ones.
Right. Don't force it.
Never. We love that sitter's example. If Queen Snowball decides she wants to stay under the bed today, fine, I'll just busy myself cleaning the litter box or tidying up until she decides she's ready for visitors.
That shows so much respect for the cat's boundaries.
It does, and owners pick up on that. They trust you more knowing you're not going to stress their cat out by forcing interaction. You let the cat call the shots. That's cat psychology 101.
Makes sense. What about playtime? How important is that?
Oh, crucial. Our sources really emphasize this. Cats, especially indoor ones, need regular play, at least 30 minutes a day, but often best in short, intense bursts.
Keeps them from getting bored, right?
Sure.
Prevents behavioral issues.
Exactly. So making time for active play during your visits, whether it's with a feather wand, a laser pointer, used responsibly, or crinkle balls is really important. And mentioning that commitment to playtime in your profile and your updates, that's another big plus for owners. It shows you're focused on enrichment, not just the bare minimum.
Okay, this has been incredibly thorough. We've gone from crafting the profile to pricing, updates, handling slow times, and even the nuances of cat interaction. So pulling it all together, what does this mean for long-term success? What's the real impact here?
Well, if there's one thing that came through loud and clear is the absolute lifeblood of a thriving Rover profile. It's
Reviews.
Reviews, but not just any reviews. For cat sitters, there's a specific type that really seems to turbocharge their success.
Okay, tell me more. What kind of detail makes a review stand out for cat owners?
It's the observational detail, not just, she was great, but things like, she noticed that Mittens only drinks from a running tap, or sent me the funniest pictures of shadow batting at the dust bunnies under the sofa.
So it shows they were really present and paying attention to the cat's specific personality.
Precisely. It signals that deep understanding we talked about. It tells potential clients, this person sees cats as individuals, they get the little quirks. It proves you're not just providing generic care.
So the advice is, deliver that amazing personalized service, and then maybe gently encourage clients to mention those specific moments or observations in their review.
Exactly, because as those detailed, glowing reviews pile up, your profile becomes magnetic. It creates this fantastic cycle. Great service leads to great reviews, which leads to more great clients.
And zooming out, the bigger picture here, cat sitting isn't just a service, is it?
Not at all. It's fundamentally about providing peace of mind for the owners and stability, comfort, even joy for the cats themselves. Cats might seem aloof sometimes, but they thrive on routine, on familiar environments, and yes, on attention, even if it's on their own terms.
So by offering specialized, knowledgeable care, you're making a real difference.
You really are. You're contributing positively to the well-being of these animals and their humans. And let's not forget, the pet care industry is booming globally. Positioning yourself as a cat expert taps into a niche that's both personally rewarding and, as we've seen, potentially quite financially viable too.
Wow. Okay, so to wrap up this deep dive, The path to being a top-tier cat sitter seems to be about clarity, that cat-centric profile. It's about depth, showcasing real expertise and specific experiences. It's about smarts, pricing yourself appropriately. And it's about connection, delivering those amazing, personalized updates. Ultimately, it sounds like success boils down to being authentic, being observant, and having that genuine love and understanding for cats. Knowing the language of purrs and slow blinks, basically.
Beautifully put. And maybe one final thought to leave our listeners with as you think about this deep connection, this specialized understanding of cats. What other doors might that open beyond just sitting? Could this expertise lead to other things in the growing pet care world? Maybe developing specialized products, offering cat behavior advice, creating tech just for cats. It really makes you consider the future possibilities when you develop true niche expertise, especially one driven by passion, doesn't it?